So what's an emotional trigger and how does it lead to anxiety? So we have anxiety that's based on the present. That would be, I'm walking in the woods and a coyote comes at me. I'm going to be anxious because that's genuinely dangerous and scary in the moment. Anxiety that doesn't relate to the moment is often caused by stirring up of old emotions that haven't been resolved. So let's consider an example. There's a woman who had a really critical and even abusive boss in her previous job. And she stayed there too long, and by the time she left, she was really starting to feel badly about herself. So she gets a new job, and this boss is really supportive and lovely, but in the normal course of work, she gets constructive feedback, and every time she does, she gets really, really anxious. So that's sort of an example of a trigger that comes from her previous experience, and it isn't related really to what's happening in the moment. So what can that woman do to try and deal with her anxiety, particularly if it persists beyond the moment of just getting the criticism? So there's a link for sure between anxiety and gut health. So we need to take care to make sure that we're minding our gut health, eating whole healthy foods, taking probiotics, etc. We need to have time in nature and time exercising. She could journal, she could meditate, do breath work. And if after all that, she's still really wrestling with this anxiety, or if you're still wrestling with anxiety that's chronic to you, then I invite you to consider homeopathy. It is such a powerful way of managing anxiety, and it's different than taking magnesium or passion flower as an example. So those things will help relax you in the moment. And what's different about homeopathy is it actually changes the energetics of what's happening in the body. So rather than putting you into a relaxed state by introducing relaxing factors, it stimulates the part that's held in this pattern. And it gives you a push in your own mind-body, at the intersection of mind-body, to try and rework how you're holding things. It can change your perspective, and it's just like, that's what it feels like to me, if I get all riled up and I really can't unrile myself. Aconite is one of my favorite remedies for acute anxiety. And I don't usually mention specific remedies in this video because I really do believe that for the best results, you should have your remedies prescribed by a homeopath. But there are a few remedies that stand alone, and aconite is one of them, that for acute anxiety attacks, panic, I've used it really successfully for people who have really intense fear of flying, sipping aconite 30C in water. So that's something to try. And then beyond that, seek care from a homeopath to try and explore how we can help, because we have so many good resources to try and support you along with all the other ways you're healing your anxiety.